even as the sun, with purple-colored face, had taken his last leave of the weeping morn, rose-cheeked Adonis hied him to the chase. Hunting he loved, but love he laughed to scorn. Sick-thoughted Venus makes a main unto him, and like a bold-faced suitor gains to woo him.
Yoo-hoo, Adonis! Yoo-hoo! Thrice fairer than myself, the field's chief flower, sweet above compare, stained to all nymphs, more lovely than a man, more red and white than doves and roses are. Nature that made thee with herself at strife, saith the world hath ending with thy life. Vouchsafe thou wonder to alight thy steed, and rein his proud head to the saddle bow. If thou wilt deign this favour for thy meed, 1,000 honey kisses shalt thou know. Here, come and sit, where never serpent hisses, and being sat, I'll smother thee with kisses. But not cloy thy lips with loathed satiety, but rather famish them amid their plenty, making them pale and red in fresh variety. 10 kisses short as one kiss long as 20. A summer's day will seem an hour but short, being spent in such time-beguiling sport. Balm, earth's sovereign salve, to do a goddess good. Thy lips shall never open.
You are immodest, maiden, and miss.
Oh, heavenly moisture, air of grace, that my cheeks were gardens full of flowers, to be dewed with such distilling showers. On this soft breast I'll not remove, till you take a truce with my contending tears. See how they rain, making my cheeks all wet. But one sweet kiss will pay this countless debt.
All right.
Pity, flint-hearted fool, 'tis but a kiss I beg. Why art thou so coy? I have been wooed, as I entreat thee now, by the stern and direful god of war, whose sinewy neck in battle ne'er did bow, who conquers where he comes in every jar. Yet hath he been my captive and my slave, and begged for that which thou unasked shalt have. Over my altars hath he hung his lance, his battered shield, his uncontrolled crest, and for my sake did learn to sport and dance, to toy, to wanton, dally, smile, and jest, skirning his churlish drum and ensign red, making my arms his field, his tent my bed. Thus he that overruled, I overswayed, leading him prisoner in a red rose chain. Strong-tempered steel his stronger strengths obeyed, yet was he servile to my coy disdain. Oh, be not proud, nor brag of thy might, for mastering her that foiled the god of fight. Touch but my lips with those fair lips of thine, though mine be not so fair, yet they are red. The kiss I give shall be thine own as well as mine. What seest thou on the ground? Hold up thy head. Look in mine eyeballs, there thy pretty eyes. and more that lips on lips since ours are eyes. Art thou ashamed to kiss? Then wink again, and I will wink, making the day seem night. Love keeps us rivals, where there are but twain. Be bold to play, our sport is not in sight. These blue veined violets whereon we lean never can blab nor know what we mean. The tender spring upon thy tempting lip showeth thee unripe, yet mayest thou well be tasted. Make use of time, let not advantage slip. Beauty within itself should not be wasted. Fair flowers that are not gathered in their prime rot and consume themselves in little time. Hard-favored, foul, wrinkled, old, ill-natured, churlish, crooked, caution voice, or worn, despised, dramatically cold, six-sided, barren, vain, and lacking juice. Then might thou pause, for I were not for thee. But having no defects, why dost thou abhor me? Thou canst not see one wrinkle in my brow. Mine eyes are green and bright and quick in turning. My beauty as the spring doth yearly grow. My flesh is soft and plump, my marrow burning. My smooth moist hand, were it with thy hand felt, would in thy palm dissolve or seem to melt. Bid me discourse, and I will enchant thine ear, or like a fairy trip upon the green, or like a nymph with long disheveled hair, dance on the sands, and yet no footing seen. Love is a spirit all compact with fire, not for us to sing, but light and will aspire. Primrose bank whereon I lie, these forceless flowers like sturdy trees support me. Two strengthless doves draw me through the sky, from morn till night, even while others to sport me. Is love so light, sweet boy, that thou shouldst think it heavy unto thee? Is thine own face to thine own heart affected? Can thy right hand seize love upon thy left? Then woo thyself, and be of thyself rejected. Steal thine own freedom, and complain on the theft. Narcissus so himself forsook, and died to kiss his shadow in a brook. Are made to light, jewels to wear, dainties for their taste, fresh beauty for its use, herbs for their smell, sappy plants to bear, things growing unto themselves are growths of use. Seeds spring from seeds, beauty breedeth beauty. Wast thou begot? To get it is thy duty. Unless by thy increase be fed. By law of nature, thou art bound to breed. So that thine may live, when thou thyself art dead, and so in spite of death, thou dost survive. That in thy likeness still is left alive.
Titan, tired in the midday heat, with burning eye did hotly overlook them, wishing Adonis had his team to guide, so he were like him and Venus by his side.
Fie, no more of love. The sun doth burn my face. I must remove.
Ah me, young and so unkind, what excuses makest thou be gone? I'll sigh celestial breath, whose gentle wind will cool the heat of this descending sun. I'll make a shadow for thee of my hairs, and if they burn too, I'll quench them with my tears. The sun that shines from heaven shines but warm, and lo, I lie between that sun and thee. The heat I have from thence doth little harm, thine eye darts forth the fire that burneth me. And were I not immortal, life were done between this heavenly and earthly sun. Art thou obdurate, flinty, hard as steel, nay, more than flint, for stone at rain relenteth? Art thou a woman's son, and canst know what 'tis to feel? A want of love tormenteth? Oh, had thy mother borne so hard a mind, she had not brought forth thee, but died unkind. What am I, that thou should contemn me this? Or what great danger dwells upon my suit? What were thy lips the worse for one poor kiss? I'll give it thee again, and one for interest if thou wilt have twain. Fie, lifeless picture, cold and senseless stone, well-painted idol, image, dull and dead, statue contenting but the eye alone. Thing like a man, but if no woman bred, thou art no man, though of a woman's complexion. But men will kiss even by their own direction. Fondling, since I have hemmed thee here within the circuit of this ivory pale, I'll be a park if thou wilt be my dear. Graze where thou wilt, on mountain or in dale, and if those hills be dry, stray lower where pleasant fountains lie. Within this limit there's relief enough, sweet bottom grass, high delightful plain, round rising hillock, breaks obscure and rough, to shelter thee from tempest and wind. Then be my dear, since I am such a park, and no dog shall rouse thee, though 1,000 bark.
Poor queen of love, in thine own loth forlorn, to love a cheek that smiles at thee in scorn. Now which way shall she turn? What shall she say? Her words are done, her woes the more increasing. The time is spent, her object will away, and from her twining arms doth urge releasing.
Pity, some favor, some remorse.
Away he springs and hasteth for his horse. All swollen with chasing down, Adonis sits, fanning his boisterous and unruly beast. And now the happy season once more fits, that love-sick love by pleading may be blessed. For lovers say the heart is treble wrong when it is barred the agents of the tongue. Nothing that is stopped or river stayed burneth more hotly and swelleth with more rage. So of concealed sorrow may be said, preventive words love's fire doth assuage. But when the heart's attorney once is mute, the client breaks us desperate for his suit.
O fairest mover, on this mortal ground, would thou wert as I am, and I a man. My heart all whole is thine, thy heart my wound. With one sweet look, thy help I would assure thee, though nothing but my body's pain would cure thee.
Give me my hand. Why dost thou feel it?
Give me my heart, and thou shalt have it. Oh, give it me, lest thy hard heart steal it, and being steeled, soft sighs can never grave it. Then love's deep groans I never shall regard, for Adonis's heart hath made mine hard.
For shame! Let go and let me go. My day's delight is past, and my horse is gone, and 'tis your fault I'm bereft him so. I pray you hence, and leave me here alone. For all my mind, my thought, my busy care, is how to get my palfrey from the mare.
Thy palfrey, as he should, welcomes the warm approach of sweet desire. Affection is a coal that must be cooled, else effort will set the heart on fire.
The sea hath bounds, but deep desire hath none. Therefore no marvel that thy horse be gone. How like a jade he stood tied to a tree, servilely mastered with leathern rein, till he saw his love, his youth's fair fee, and held such pretty bondage in disdain, throwing the base thong from his bending crest, and franchising his mouth, his back, his breast.
Who sees his true love in her naked bed, teaching the sheets a whiter hue than white, till his glutton eye so full hath fed, his other agents aim at like delight? Who be so faint that cannot be so bold, to touch the fire, the weather being cold? Oh, let me excuse thy cursed gentle boy, and learn of him, I heartily beseech thee, to take advantage on presented joy. Though I were dumb, his proceedings teach thee. Oh, learn to love, the lesson is but plain, and once made perfect, never lost again.
I know not love, nor will not know it. Unless 'tis a boar, then I chase it. 'Tis much to borrow, and I will not owe it. For I have heard that it is a life in death, that laughs and weeps in all, but in a breath. Who wears a garment shapeless and unfinished? Who plucks the bud before one leaf put forth? If springing things be any jot diminished, they wither in their prime, never proving worth. The colt that's backed in birth and being young looseth his pride and never waxes strong. My hand hurts with your ring, and let us leave this idle theme, this bootless chat. Remove your siege from my unyielding heart. To love's alarm will not opt the gate. Dismiss your vows, your feigned tears, your flattery. For a heart is hard, they'll make no battery.
What? Canst thou talk? Hast thou a tongue? Oh, wouldst thou had not, or I had no hearing. Thy mermaid's voice hath done me double wrong. I had my load before, now pressed with bearing. O melodious discord, heavenly tune, harsh sounding, ears, deep, sweet music, hearts, deep, sore wounding.
Had I no eyes, but ears, my ears would love that inward beauty and invisible. Or were I deaf, thy outward parts would move each part in me that was sensible, though neither eyes nor ears to hear or see, yet should I be in love by touching me.
Say that the sense of feeling were bereft me, and I could not see, nor hear, nor touch, and nothing but the sense of smell were left me, yet would my love for thee be still.
For from the stiltery of thy face excelling comes breath perfumed, which breedeth love by smelling. But oh, what banquet thou wert to the taste, being nurse and feeder to the other four. Would they not wish the feast to everlast, and bid suspicion double lock the door, lest jealousy, that sour and unwelcome guest, should by her stealing in disturb the rest?
Drenched, or in the fire? What hour is this? Or morn, or weary even? Do I delight to die, or life's desire?
Now I lived, and life was death's annoy, but now I died, and death was lively joy. Oh, thou didst kill me once again. Thine eye-shrewd tutor, that hard heart of thine, hath taught thee scornful tricks and such disdain, that they have murdered this poor heart of mine. And these mine eyes, true leaders to their queen, before thy piteous lips no more had seen. Pure lips, sweet seals, on my heart imprinted, what bargains could I make still to be sealing? To sell myself I could be well contented. So if thou wilt buy, and pay, and use good dealing, which purchase thou wilt make, for fear of slips, set your seal manual on my wax-red lips. 1,000 kisses buys my heart from me. Pay them at your leisure one by one. What is 1,000 touches unto thee? Are they not quickly told and quickly gone? Say for non-payment the debt should be double. Is 2,000 kisses such trouble?
Fair queen, if any love you owe me, measure my strangeness in my unripe years. Before knowing myself, seek not to know me. No fisher but the ungrown fry forbears. The mellow plum doth fall, the green sticks fast. Being plucked early is sour to the taste. Look, the world's comforter with weary gait, his day's hot task hath ended to the west. The owl, night's herald shrieks. 'Tis very late. The sheep hath gone to fold, the birds to their nests. The cold black clouds shadows heaven's light. Do summon us to part. Bid good night. Now I shall say good night. And so say you. If you say so, you shall have your kiss.
Good night.
Adieu.
Sweet boy, this night I'll spend in sorrow. My sick heart commands my eyes to watch. Tell me, love's master, shall we meet tomorrow? Shall we? Shall we make the match?
No. Tomorrow, I attend on the board. Certain of my friends.
The boar!
Bye. Let me go. You have no reason to hold me so.
Thou hadst been gone, sweet boy, ere this, but that thou didst tell me thou wouldst hunt the boar.
Oh, be advised. Thou knowest not what is with javelin's point and churlish swine to gore, whose unsheathed tushes wetteth still, and like a mortal butcher bent to kill. On his bow back he hath a battle set of bristly pikes that ever threat his foes. His eyes like glowworms shine when he doth fret. His snout digs sepulchres where'er he goes. And when he's moved he strikes whate'er is in his way. And whate'er he strikes, his cruel tushes slay. Oh, let him keep his loathsome cabin still. Beauty hath not with such foul friends. Come out within this danger by thy will. They that thrive take counsel of their friends. When thou didst name the boar, not to dissemble, I feared for thy fortune, my joints did tremble.
Didst thou not mark my face? Was it not white? Sawest thou not signs of fear lurk in mine eye? Did I not grow faint and fall downright within my bosom whereon thou didst lie? My bleeding heart pants and beats and takes no rest, but like an earthquake shakes on my breast. If thou needs will hunt, be ruled by me. Uncouple at the timorous flying hare, or at the fox which lives by subtlety, or at the roe which no encounter dare.
Pursue these fearful creatures over the downs, and on thy well-breathed horse keep with thy hounds. Nay, lie quietly and hear a little more. Do not struggle, for thou shalt not rise to make thee hate the hunting of the boar. For unlike myself, thou hearest me moralize, applying this to that and so to so, for love can comment on every woe.
Where did I leave? No matter where. Leave me. And this story aptly ends. The night is spent.
What of that?
I am expected of my friends. In 'tis dark, in going I shall fall.
In death, desire sees best of all.
Nay. You will fall again into your overhandled, idle theme. The kiss I gave to you is bestowed in vain. In all in vain you strive against the stream. By this black-faced night, desire's foul nurse, your treatise makes me like you worse and worse. If love had lent you 20,000 tongues, in every tongue more moving than your own, bewitching like the wanton mermaid songs, yet from mine ear your tempting tune is blown. For know, that mine heart stands armed in my ear. You will not let false sound enter there, lest your deceiving harmony should run to the quiet closure of my breast, where my little heart, his bedchamber, shall be quite undone, being barred of rest. No, lady, no! My heart longs not to groan. It soundly sleeps, while it sleeps alone. The path is smooth that leadeth to danger. I hate not love, but your device in love, that lends to embracements with every stranger. You do it for increase. Oh, strange excuse, when reason is bought to lust's abuse. Call it not love, for love to heaven is fled, while sweating lust on earth usurps his name, under whose simple semblance hath fed upon fresh beauty, blotting it with blame. His hot tyrant stains and soon bereaves, his caterpillars due to tender leaves. Love comforteth, like sunshine after rain, while lust's effect is like tempest after sun. Love's gentle spring, always fresh from rain, while lust's winter comes ere summer half be done. Love surfeits not, lust like glutton dies. Love is all truth, lust forged lies. More I could tell, but more I dare not say. The text is too old, the order too green. Now in sadness, a little way. My face full of shame, my heart teen. The wanton talk mine ears hath attended, to burn themselves for having so offended.
With this he bringeth from the sweet embrace of those fair arms which bound him to her breast, and homeward through the dark lawn runs apace, leaves upon her back deeply distressed. Look how bright stars shooteth from the sky, so glides he in the night from being aside.
Ah me, woe, woe! How love makes young men thrall and old men dote! How love is wise in folly, foolish witty!
Her heavy anthem still concludes in woe, and still the choir of echoes answers so. For who hath she to spend the night withal but idle sounds resembling parasites, like shrill-tongued tapsters answering every call, soothing the humor of fantastic wits? She says 'tis so, they all answer 'tis so, and would say after her if she said no. Lo, hear the gentle lark, weary of rest, from his moist cabinet mounts up high and wakes the morning, from whose silver breast the sun ariseth in his majesty, Who doth the world so gloriously behold? The cedar tops and hills seem burnished in gold.
O thou clear God, patron of all light, from whom each lamp and shining star doth borrow the beauteous influence that makes him bright, there lived a son that sucked an earthly mother, may lend thee light as you do lend another.
And with that she hasteth to the myrtle grove. Musing, the morning is much overworn, and yet she hears no tidings of her love. She hearkens for the hounds and his horn. Anon she hears him chant it lustily, and all in haste she coasteth to the cry. By this she hears the hounds are at bay, whereat she starts like one that spies an adder wreathed up in fatal folds, just in his way, the fear whereof doth make him shake and shudder. Even so the timorous yelping of the hounds appeals to her senses, and her spirit confounds. For now she knows it is no gentle chase, but the blunt boar, rough bear, or lion proud, because the cry remaineth in one place, where fearfully the dogs exclaim aloud, finding their enemy to be so cursed, they all strain curtsy who shall cope him first. This dismal cry sadly rings in her ear, through which it enters to surprise her heart, who, overcome with doubt and bloodless fear, with cold pale weakness numbs each feeling part. Like soldiers when their captains once doth yield, they basely fly and dare not stay the field. Thus stands she in trembling ecstasy, till, cheering up her senses, sore dismayed, she tells them,
"'Tis causeless fantasy and childish error that you are afraid. Leave quaking, and have you fear no more."
And with that she spied the boar. A thousand spleens bear her 1,000 ways. She treads the path that she untreads again. Her more than haste is matted with delays, like the proceedings of a drunken brain, full of respect, yet not at all respecting, in hand with all things, not at all affecting. Here, kennelled in a brake, she finds a hound, and asks the weary caitiff for his master, and there another licking his wound, 'gainst venom sores the only sovereign plaster. And here she meets another, scowling, to who she speaks, and he replies, howling. Resounding noise, another flat-mouthed mourner, black and grim, against the welkin volleys out his voice. Another answer him, clapping their proud tails to the ground below, shaking their scratched ears, bleeding as they go.
Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Oh.
world's poor people are amazed at apparitions, signs, and prodigies, whereon with fearful eyes they long have gazed, confusing them with dreadful prophecy.
Hard-favored tyrant, meager, lean, hateful divorce of love, grim, grinning ghost, earthworm, what dost thou mean to stifle beauty and steal his breath, who when he lived set gloss to rose, smell to violet? If he be dead, oh no, it cannot be. For seeing his beauty that thou shouldst strike at it. Oh yes, it may, but thou hast no eyes to see, but hatefully at random dost thou hit. Thy mark is feeble age, but thy false dart mistakes that aim and cleaves an infant's heart. Had thou but been beware, then he had spoke. And hearing him, thy power had lost its power. The destinies will curse you for the stroke. They bid you crop a weed. Thou pluckest a flower. And him love's golden arrow should have fled, and not death's ebon dart to strike him dead. Dost thou drink tears, that thou provokest such weeping? What does a heavy groan advantage thee? Why hast thou cast into eternal sleeping those eyes that taught all other eyes to see? Now nature cares not for thy mortal vigor, since her best work has been ruined with thy rigor. No. Sweet death, I did but jest. Yet pardon me, I felt a kind of fear. For when I saw the boar, that bloody beast, who knows no pity but is still severe, then, gentle shadow, truth I must confess, I railed on thee, fearing my love's decease.
'Tis not my fault. The boar provoked my tongue. Erect on him, invisible commander. 'Tis he, sole creature, that hath done thee wrong. I did but act. He's author of thy slander. Grief hath 2 tongues, and nary a woman could rule them both without 10 women's wit.
Oh, Jove, how much a fool was I to be of such weak and silly mind, to wail on his death, who lives and must not die, till mutual overthrow of mortal kind. For he being dead, is him with beauty slain, and beauty dead, black chaos comes again.
Fie, fond love is so full of fear, as one with treasure laden, hemmed with thieves and trifles, unseen by eye or ear. With false bethinking, his coward heart grieves.
My tongue cannot express my grief for one, and lo, behold, 2 Adonis dead. My sighs are blown away, my salt tears gone. Mine eyes turn to fire, my heart to lead. Oh, heavy hearts, lead melt mine eyes' red fire. So shall I die by drops of heart's desire. Since thou art dead, lo, I prophesy, sorrow on love hereafter shall attend.
Shall be waited on with jealousy, without sweet beginning but unsavory end. Ne'er said of me, in higher love, that all its pleasure should not match its woe.
It shall be fickle, false, and full of fraud, but and be blasted in a breathing while, the bottom poisoned, the top overstrawed with sweets, that the truest sight it does beguile.
The strongest body shall make most weak. Strike the wise dumb, teach the fool to speak.
It shall be sparing, and too full of riot, teaching decrepit age to tread the measures. The staring ruffian shall it keep in quiet, hug down the rich, enrich the poor with treasures.
It shall be raging mad, and silly mild. Make the young old, the old become a child.
It shall be suspect where it should not fear, and should not fear where it should most mistrust. It shall be merciful and too severe, most deceiving when it seems most just.
Perverse it shall be, where it shows most toward. Put fear to valor, courage to the coward.
It shall be cause of war and dire events, set dissension twixt son and sire, subject and servile to all discontents.
Strike combustible matter is to fire. Sit, is prime. Death doth my love destroy. They that love best, their love shall not enjoy.
Poor flower, this was thy father's guise, sweet issue to more sweet-smelling sire, for every little grief to wet his eyes. To grow unto himself was his own desire, and so 'tis thine. But know, it is as good to wither in my breast as in his blood. Here was thy father's bed. Here is my breast. Thou art the next of blood, and 'tis thy right. Lo, here in this hollow cradle my throbbing heart will rock thee day and night. There shall not be 1 minute in an hour wherein I will not kiss my sweet love's flower.
Thus weary of the world away she hies, and yokes her silver doves, by whose swift aid their mistress, mounted through the empty skies, in her light chariot quickly is conveyed, holding their course to Paphos, where their queen means to immure herself and not be seen.